Hi, this is Chris. I think I'm going live. I don't really know because if I'm not going live, this is really a freaky thing. So, yet once again, I'm in a hotel room. How exciting is that? And I wanted to follow up on whatever I'm calling this. I think at one point I was calling this writing my way, and I think another time I was calling it what? I was calling it writer's block heaven. So anyway, so with that said, the last time I was on here, I talked about using four different steps to try to get one to write something if you were feeling blocked or you just wanted to use an exercise. And so one was coming up with a name for a person, another was coming up with a location where this person is, another was coming up with an occupation for that person, and another was a time of year or an event. So the last time, I think we ended up being with Hank you because I saw a thank you card where because I was in a hotel then and there was a gratuity envelope that said thank you. So I used Hank, and it was saying hope that you come back. Hope you like your stay. So the person's name was Hank Hope. Then I decided that it was happening in Paris because it was about a week ago, and because the Olympics were going on in Paris. And then also I decided, see, that's the name, the time, the Olympics, and the occupation was a chef. And the idea was that this person was on New Year's Eve. That was the time. Oh, New Year's Eve was the time. And this person had gone to Paris for New Year's Eve, and he's a chef, and he's imagining what life is going to be like in 1 year when people are eating his food at the bottom of the Eiffel Tower, which is where he was. That's how my story ended up taking itself at that time. So today I have a slightly different one because I'm in a different hotel in a place where it's often windy. Hint, hint, hint. So this is my hotel room. I love it. It was called when it opened, the largest hotel in the, if not the world, in the United States. So which one was it? I'm not going to tell you. But what it was when it began is not what it is today. Today it's a very famous hotel brand. But when it began, here's a clue. When it began, it was the name of a popular family name of a 1960s TV sitcom about somebody with magical powers. So that's what this hotel was called at first. So there's a big clue. So today, sitting at the bar at this restaurant, which shall go unnamed, of this hotel, which will also go unnamed, I looked around and I came up with four things. I was sitting at the bar. So the bar is at their location. I was at a conference, and I decided to call this, the event, or the place where this is happening, a history conference. And the word, I'm going to add a word differently today to add to it. So that's a conference. I'm at a bar, or your character is at a bar. And now I've got to come up with an occupation, a salesman. So this is at a history conference. So salespeople will sell you services there. In other words, they will sell you items that you can use to store records or items that you can use to digitize records. So I'm going to say this is a scanner. So someone who's a salesman of archival or historic scanners. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. You know what you know. The name of one person who is seen by our main character is named Cody Road. Codyroad. Why is this person named Cody Road? Because I looked up at the bar rail of bottles of liquor, and one brand name was Cody Road. That's it. So I just named this one character Cody Road, and the name of our protagonist, our main character, I'm calling Eric White. So I just put it on a napkin. Whoops, you can't see that because it's so bright. You can't see it in my book. But anyway, it's a napkin. And it's a bar napkin, and wow, it's really not working. But that's what I use. So you can see the ink. So it's Eric White because another thing that I saw was, and I'll get the focus right. I know I'm looking at you, and then I'm looking at the camera. Eric White, because there was, among the different bar beers that were there to be pulled down, they had one called Eris. So I decided to just make that name Eric. And white, because there was another pull down beer that was white something. I'm not giving a brand name because I'm not getting paid for it. So white something. So the key person's name is Eric White. He's an archival salesman of scanners. He's at a bar. He's at a history conference. He sees someone who he finds out the name of the person is Cody Road. And the new element this time is that within this scenario, whether it's a play, whether it's a short story, whether it's a screenplay, whether it becomes a novel, is the word whisper. So somewhere within this whole scenario of all these characteristics, you have to use the word whisper. And that's the challenge today. I'm Chris. This is Writing Your Way or Writer's Block Heaven, one or the other. And hope you take the challenge, hope you watch, hope you share with your friends, and I hope this helps you in some way, because it is actually inspiring for me to make something out of these now 5 elements. Thanks, and have a great night from wherever I am.